Thank you, Congressman.
Thank you very much. The chair now recognizes the gentleman from Missouri, Mr. Alford, for any questions he may have.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Good to have our witnesses here. Appreciate your time for coming here. Justices today face unprecedented threats to their personal safety. In an era of social media, mobs who disagree with legal interpretation share personal identifiable information on social media. These online mobs encourage violence against judges and will dox their home addresses, familiar information, and anything else they can get their grubby little hands on. Judge Conrad, how does the judiciary's threat management branch help remove this information from the public domain, and what can Congress do to ensure the safety of folks like you?
So for a number of years, we've been active in trying to get the Daniel Andrew
Is your mic on, sir? Would you please start over?
For a number of years, we've been very active pursuant to the Daniel Andrew bill and other efforts at getting both in state courts and across the country that personal identification information offline. And we have encouraged judges to sign up for delete me type protections where the internet is scrubbed for personal identification information. And over 80%, or near 80% of our judges are engaged in those kind of efforts.
What do we need to do to get all of them involved in those efforts?
We do at every judicial conference across the country, we have a component that deals with judicial security and encourage best practices with respect to our judges.
Just over a month ago, a California man pleaded guilty to attempted murder of Justice Brett Kavanaugh 3 years ago. He was arrested outside the justice's residence with a gun, a knife, zip ties in the wake of Supreme Court's Dobbs decision. While I understand the Supreme Court handles their own threats, has the rest of the judiciary moved to strengthening security after potentially large decisions like that could sway action by mentally deranged people?
And we have active coordination with the United States Marshals Service and try to surge resources to areas that we can anticipate problems. We have requested funding for courthouse hardening projects that will provide security to courthouses, and we have encouraged judges to and supported them financially in obtaining home intrusion detection systems. And so we're pretty focused on the home and the courthouse. Sometimes the vulnerability is in between.
How much money do you need from us to make sure that those programs get put in place, that we protect our judiciary?
Well, we are asking for our court security account, $892 million. That funds our court security officers, the vulnerability management program that Judge Conrad just mentioned, and it also funds updating security equipment in the courthouses. And it's really needed for that last piece because that account has been frozen for the last 2 years. So we've had to take money from that account that was intended to update our equipment, to put new cameras in, new security measures in. We've had to take that money and use it to pay for the court security officers and the vulnerability management program.
It's called robbing Peter to pay Paul. What
Exactly.
happens if we don't get this funded?
That equipment will become more obsolete and increase security risks at courthouses around the country.
Mr. Chair, I respectfully submit that we take a good, close look at this, and I know we will because this is a precious part of our government. We need to protect those who serve us through the judiciary, and with that, I yield back. Thank you, sir.